Hello and welcome back to AI Investing Academy. This is Francisco, an investing analyst and strategist. And tonight we're going to address this question, which is investing in AI ETF. So, as you probably know, ETFs are a very popular vehicle for investment. So, this video we will dig into what an ETF is and the different AI ETFs that are available for you to choose from. So, as we have done in other cases, we'll start on Google, and we'll do the same question. Probably for that, let's just make sure that we all understand what an ETF is. So let's look for that. So here we have an answer. Artificial intelligence ETFs are funds that meet at least one of the following three criteria. They are funds that specifically invest in companies involved in the development of new products or services, technological improvements in scientific research related to artificial intelligence, or see what else it says. They are funds that have at least 25% of portfolio exposure to companies that spend large amounts on artificial intelligence research and development R&D expenses. Examples of such companies are Amazon, Tesla Motors, Apple, and Alphabet. Or they are funds that use artificial intelligence methodologies to select individual securities for inclusion into the fund. Okay, so we have a list here of different kinds of ETFs. This is a list of all artificial intelligence ETFs traded in the USA, which are currently tagged by ETF database. Okay, so in summary, an ETF is an exchange-traded fund, and we can see that as a portfolio of stocks that has been pre-selected by a company. It can be Vanguard, it can be ARK Investment, it can be many other companies which want to build an AI ETF. So they select a group of stocks and they put it within the ETF. And it is a very friendly and passive way to invest in the AI stocks market. How so? Well, basically what you can do is just assign an amount of your income to this ETF on a regular basis, what is called dollar cost averaging. And you keep buying a long time and you expect the performance of the portfolio to do well a long time. So one of the benefits is that you don't have to specifically choose the actual stocks you want to invest in. You already delegate that task to the ETF owner. Another good thing about this is that you're probably not going to have severe losses, because the whole idea of an ETF is that it's big enough to kind of average out the best performing stock with the worst performing stock. So as an example of this, if you look at the S&P 500, which is an ETF, or well, the SPY, which is the ETF for the index, the S&P 500, what you will see is that if you zoom out, it's yielding around 8 to 10% per year in the past 50 years. So it is containing 500 stocks beneath the ETF, and it's averaging out the best performing stock with the worst performing stock and everything in between. So that's yielding around 8 to 10% a year. Similarly, when you are dealing with AI stocks, what you're going to find in the AI ETFs is a group of stocks that are within the ETF. Those are the holdings, and some of them will do great during a year, while others won't, and the next year things will reverse, or some will do better than others. So basically, you will always have a group of stocks that are doing great, a group of stocks that are doing okay, a group of stocks that are doing below average, and some of them that can be tanking. Overall, what you get is an average performance. So these are good investment vehicles if you're thinking long term, if you don't want to pick the stocks yourself and you just want to every certain amount of time, like every month or every year, just assign an amount of your income to that ETF and invest passively in the AI space. Now, the bad part about an ETF is that it also is averaging out the results, right? So if you want a portfolio that does better than the average market and the average ETF, you can do it, but that involves getting much more active into selecting the stocks and having an actual portfolio and assess its performance a long time and rebalance it uh, every certain period of time, like every 6 months or every 12 months. But what you can do with the ETFs is look at their holdings and kind of assess what companies they're investing on, put that on a separate spreadsheet, and then determine which stocks have been doing the best in the past year, the past 5 years, whatever, and start making an educated guess in terms of what a successful AI portfolio would look like. So that's kind of what we're going to do here moving forward. We're going to choose these ETFs as starting point. Now, remember that in a previous video, I had already asked the ChatGPT's Meta AI, um, Gemini, and ChatGPT. I had asked them to give me representative AI stocks for different niches. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. There will be a link somewhere above here. But now I'm going to look into the holdings of these ETFs, probably not all of them, mostly the most famous one or the most popular ones, and see what we can find there in an effort to complement the information that I already got from the GPTs and have a clear idea of what an AI ETF or an AI portfolio rather should contain when we're aiming to do better than these guys. Now, just for the record, some of these ETFs have done great. Like for instance, Vanguard has a couple of ETFs that, while they are not AI specific, they are centered around technology and they have doing very well in the past few years. I'm talking about over 20% per year in return. So that's pretty well. That's pretty good. And it's also very low cost. So if you want to check those out, there's a video on this channel for that. Again, you will see the link up here. But I do have the feeling that if you put in the work and you find the stocks that are being bought the most, you can come up and create your own AI portfolio, which will give better results than even the best ETF. Okay, so let's try to do that. Okay, so I think I found 4 good ETFs we could look into. We have Global X, Artificial Intelligence and Technology ETF, which is called AIQ. We have ARK's ARKK ETF, which is for innovation and the ARK Innovation ETF. We have an ETF called ROBT, which is the robotics ETF by First Trust. And finally, we have an ETF by Invesco, which is called igpt, which is about AI and next-gen software. So if you want to invest in any of these ETFs, you can just straight go to your to your broker, find these tickers, the ones I just mentioned, igpt, um, robt, ARKK, and AIQ. You should be able to find them in your tickers and just add them to your portfolio. But what I'm going to do now is look into each of them, look at the other holdings. Here, holdings and characteristics. The portfolio, the holdings, they have similar names for that. And I will get the information and put it on a spreadsheet so I can analyze it. Okay, so as you can see here, I have the holdings for all ETFs. Here's the AIQ ETF, the ARKK ETF. I'm also including some additional information here because in this case, what is listed in the web page is only about 64% of the portfolio. So I just wanted to see what other things might be in the portfolio, even if the ownership percentages are a bit off. Okay, so the next step will be to analyze the information and start creating some ideas on the kind of AI portfolios that we can create with this information. I will probably add a few more details to this, but not too many. So that will be in another video. So far, thanks for watching. And if you have any doubts or comments, please let me know in the comment section. Okay, thank you.